Yeah, so we also have our third speaker who's logged in now. She was in a meeting, so she had called me to say that she would be late, but I believe she is logged in, Monica Sharma. She works with IBM, again, another big name, and she's been working with IBM for several years. And Monica has been working as a voice and accent trainer, as far as I know. And so she will talk to us about her profession, her job, and the profile of the job, what is expected of the job, and what are the qualifications, and what kind of skills are required. So, Monica, are you there?
Hello, sir. Hi, everybody.
So
Thank you so much
the
for the
floor is yours.
opportunity.
The floor is yours.
Am I audible?
Yes.
Okay, great. I haven't switched on my video. Please let me know if that's a mandate.
Yes, if you don't mind, and if the bandwidth allows, please switch it on. Um, People on Facebook would like to see. Alt V is the command.
Monica, your audio is on mute again.
Hi, am
Yeah.
I audible now?
Yes.
Yes.
Hi, everybody. Thank you. It's an honor to be here. Thank you, George, sir, for the invite. And on a fresh evening as of today, I think all of us are really looking forward to a fresh, life post the lockdown. However, these days also have brought us a lot of customizations, and we've made the most of these. And here I am, one of the VNA trainers, so many of them that we have in the reputed companies. Talking about myself, well, I am Monica, as we already know, and I have I've I worked as a teacher before, and then I transitioned from the teacher to a trainer, and there was a lot of difference between the two profiles, because earlier it was like handling children and now it's handling adults. But handling both of them as learners. So talking about this profile, I conduct facilitation. When I say facilitation, I mean training. um, so we have the new recruits who join us, who join the organization in the service desk profile, which means they join the organization in order to play the role of a customer service representative, as they call it in a BPO. Well, ours is an IT industry. It's not a BPO. I'm sorry for too much of background noise here. I'm very sorry. So we train the people, the new recruits, on interacting with the clients who happen to be from the UK or the US, and also somewhere from the Middle East. And the deal about training is that all of us are Indians. We have a particular way we speak. And when we are interacting with the native speakers, when I say native speakers, I mean the people whose first language is English. So when we are interacting with the native speakers, there's a certain way we need to talk to them. When you hear me, you would not hear an accent, so to say. I don't have a particular accent. But then we need to train our voices, ourselves on, being able to talk in a way that we are comprehensible to the users there, to our clients. So that's what I do. And not just that, I train people also on soft skills. When I say soft skills, I mean people dealing skills. So how to interact, what are some of those things that we need to take care of when we are talking to them. It's a conversation which is led through a structure, and how to follow that structure is what we train people on in this profile. One second, please. I'm very sorry. Okay, so talking about the skill set that is required here, essentially we have our voice, which we can use most naturally if we are good with communication. These days, English anyway is a basic skill set which is required anywhere and everywhere that we work. We work in a corporate, we work in a non-corporate, anywhere. Communication is something which is a mandate. So yes, in this industry, it is a mandate all the more. For this particular role, this is the first and the foremost skill which is required for all of us. We have to have a decent command on the language, definitely. And when I say language, I mean grammar, I mean fluency, I mean everything that is to do with a conversation which can be carried out effortlessly and smoothly. Oh, okay, I'm so sorry. Thank you so much for letting me know. I don't know which light is on. I'd have to request my son to check which light is on. If I move here, is that better? Please let me know if I sit here, if it's better now.
Monica, it's
Yes.
not the light, it's your virtual background.
Oh,
Yeah. So
what do I do about that now?
no, that's okay. It's okay. We can live with it.
Oh, okay. 1 second. I'll just try doing something here. 1 second. I'll just get this adjusted.
I think now you're getting better.
Yeah, because if
Okay.
you sit a little behind from the screen,
All right.
then it's better. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
Your
this
virtual
perfect.
background is on now.
Brilliant. Thank you so much. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
Okay, so coming back to the skill set, communication is definitely the first and foremost skill set that we need. Apart from that, these days, computer, like Srinivasa has, and has already mentioned, and we cannot highlight that enough and more. Essentially, what happens is that, JAWS is our companion. And thanks to the inventors of JAWS, it's our companion no matter whichever whatever profile that we are a part of. So we need to have a training is not just about conducting training. It's about also preparing content. It's about delivering content using, MS Office. So when I say MS Office, I mean MS PowerPoint. We need to prepare. So these days, content, not just these days, content as a norm of the day is presented in slides, PowerPoints, in videos. So Word docs are not really used, so to say, for training, unless we are giving printouts for certain handouts or exercises to our participants. So we need to be very comfortable with Excel because it also involves reporting of the data. How are our trainees doing? For my own analysis, I need to have my own report that I maintain. So I need to be really comfortable with Excel. At least I need to have the basic, know-how of Excel. So Excel and PowerPoint definitely are some of the MS Office applications that we do need to have a hands-on experience. And experience, my friends, comes with time. When I had joined this profile, I also did not know beyond Microsoft Word. Then my role required me to be comfortable, to have some sort of experience with Excel, and it deepened with time. And today as well, there with a slight change in my profile now also, I need to have a little more of understanding of Excel. So skill set, again, like I always believe that, there's no time and we are never too late to pick up a skill set. So something which gets us to picking it up is our need of the hour, the need of the hour. So if we need something, it is a mandate. It just pushes us down into that into that zone, and we come out better. So MS PowerPoint, MS Excel, and now in the virtual environment, we need to be very, very comfortable with these tools. Be it Zoom, be it WebEx, any of these tools, be it Teams for that matter. Not that I'm using these, but just an example. So JAWS thankfully has, adjustments to every such software that we use, and it gets better with time. And the organizations also, they make their adjustments, they customize, and we always come up with ways around certain things which don't work a certain way. So it's not that, everything is in our reach. We can do everything on our own in the moment. There are situations which require us more time, more experience. And for example, if today I'm not able to share screen on a particular in a particular application, so we write to the developers of the application and they work on it. And especially when that application is approved by the organization. So the app developers are bound by those policies, or they are bound to sort of make those softwares compatible. So it works both ways, as in we need to be aware of what our issues are with those softwares, and we need to be able to tell them, tell the developers that this is what is working well, this is what is not working fine. So when that happens, the next release comes out better. So these are some of the skills. I mentioned 3 of them. One is comfort with communication, which is a must anywhere and everywhere, but a little more for this profile. The other is comfort with MS Excel and MS PowerPoint. And the third is, again, comfort in the virtual environment. So a lot of questions that may come through as you listen to me could be around, checking the attention span of the adults, ensuring ensuring that every trainee is with me or with the trainer in the batch. Here is where, facilitation techniques come in handy. So we are trained to deal with this. So if it is a classroom environment, for example, I'm sure everybody would agree everybody who's listening to me would agree that silence has a sound of its own. I'm sure you can relate to this statement when I say it. Silence has tones to it. We can figure out if it is a silence of doubt, if it is a silence of, unsurety, if it is a silence of arrogance or overconfidence. So silence speaks a lot, and by we get to listen to the language of silence and figure out what exactly it means. So that's about it when it comes to the role of a trainer. And I'm open to questions if there are any regarding this.
Yeah, George, you're on mute.
Now?
Yeah, fine.
You can hear me? Okay.
Yeah.
So thank you very much. Thank you very much, Monica, for a very succinct kind of presentation on what you do and what are the skills kind of required. I think even Srinivasu, when he spoke about the accessibility space, he did mention communication as a very important space. He had mentioned that there is communication skills required in the language area as well as in the technical space, because when as an accessibility professional, when you give feedback, you need to be able to speak the language of the developer so the developer is able to kind of understand exactly what the problem is.
Correct.
So I think communication is a critical thing. And as far as the accountancy space is concerned, I think he did mention that there are multiple, accountancy is just one word. Finance and account is just a simple 2 words, but there are many subdivisions in there. Many areas streams where people could be working. And I think it's time we open the floor to the listeners. You could raise your hand and Shruti will unmute you, and you could mention whom you're addressing the question to, whether it is Monica, whether it is Samir, or whether it is Srinivasu. Srinivasu is a long name. You can use the word Vasu. So, and fire away your question. So,
yeah, we'll go to Viral. You can unmute yourself. Yeah, ask your question, please.
Hello.
Yeah.
My question is to Samir sir. Hello.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Samir sir, I am Viral from Mumbai. Hello.
Go ahead.
We can hear you.
समीर सर, मुझे पूछने का था कि जो आईपीसीसी जो है उसमें अकाउंट पार्ट कैसे कर सकते हैं विजुअली इम्पेयर्ड, बिकॉज़ आई एम टोटली ब्लाइंड and I cleared IPCC Group 2 in 2012, but in Group 1 there are account costing and taxation. Because of that I could not able to clear Group 1. So how can we do Group 1 for visually impaired?
Okay. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Samir.
Yeah. See, for accounts, your best आपको help Excel कर सकता है, because accounts में जो tables है, जो formats है, वो आप Excel में बना के use कर सकते हो. एक्सेल आपको हेल्प कर सकता है वो फॉर्मेट समझने में कि कौन से कॉलम में क्या आना चाहिए, कौन से कॉलम में फिगर्स हैं। तो एक्सेल आपको हेल्प कर सकता है अकाउंट सीखने में।
नो सर, दैट बुक्स पढ़ने में से अकाउंट कॉस्टिंग टैक्सेशन पेपर 1, पेपर 3, पेपर 4, so how can we read sir on that book sir?
बुक्स आपको सॉफ्ट कॉपी में जो स्टडी मटेरियल जो मिलेगा इंस्टीट्यूट से, और हाँ,
ओके,
और बाकी बुक्स आपको आई थिंक बहुत सारे सॉफ्ट कॉपीज में है, एंड बहुत सारे अकाउंटिंग कंसेप्ट्स का यूट्यूब पे वीडियोस भी है।
ओके,
यस,
ओके, थैंक यू सर।
यू आर वेलकम।
Okay, Rahul, you're up next. Rahul, you can unmute yourself. Go ahead, Rahul.
Good evening. Can everyone hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Good evening. Can everyone hear me?
Yes, Rahul, we can hear you. Tell us.
Hello. Can everyone hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Apparently,
Hello.
he cannot hear us.
Yeah, that we.
No one is audible. So
Okay, we'll go to Jayant until Rahul fixes his audio. Jayant,
You can also put in the chat box that he can be heard.
Yeah. Jayant, you can ask a question. You can unmute yourself.
Yeah. Hello, I'm audible?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so my first question is to Vasu sir. Sir, I have I just started with the Dutch University courses. So can you pardon,
Go ahead.
sir?
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm saying I'm currently doing the courses on the Dutch University. So can you guide me? Right now I'm in my final year of my bachelor's. So I'm looking forward to in my future in the accessibility field, and so what should I proceed with the further things? So
All right.
that
I
is
think, yeah.
the question.
So I would say, as you are going through the DQ University courses, at the same time, I would also recommend you. It depends on what kind of accessibility career do you want to do. Do you want to become a tester or consultant, or do you want to become an accessibility developer? It depends on what you want to do, right? So based on that, you should actually, in the mainstream, you should look for such jobs. Some companies do hire freshers as well, like especially companies like Barrier Break do hire freshers at some times, not all the time, but sometimes. But provided you have all the other skill sets that are required, like communication skills, technical skills such as the thorough command on your screen reading software and kind of things. If you have it, so those things are something which you need to learn and which you need to have a command over. Then you can actually start looking for jobs in various sectors. Like there will be some companies who will hire freshers. Okay, yeah. So first you need to figure out what you want to become. And a request to all the participants: when you're asking something or listening to an answer, don't use your screen reader on your phone or your computer.
Yeah, so sir, I wanted to be like a web accessibility tester basically.
Yeah, so you need to learn the thorough things about accessibility testing. I would highly recommend doing the Trusted Tester training course. But one thing is that people can only guide you in showing where are the job openings and all, but that is also not guaranteed. But it's all self-initiative. You need to be very proactive in the market. You need to be active on things like I told somebody else right now on the chat, you need to be very active on portals like LinkedIn and figure out where are the jobs. And another thing what you need to do is, accessibility jobs often will not be created like many other mainstream jobs. So you also need to proactively reach out to companies and look for accessibility work. Okay, you need to talk to them about accessibility, and sometimes jobs will get created as well, right? So it
Sure.
you need to be have very thorough skill of being proactive.
Sure, sure.
Okay, thank you.
Got it, sir. Yeah,
Good evening,
Samir sir.
everyone. Can everyone hear
Yeah.
me?
Yeah, Samir sir, I have one question for you as well. So
Yeah.
my question to you, what I did, like in 11th, I was like a partial blind person. So
Okay.
I know the concepts till my 11th class, but I had to like switch my background from over there. So I knew the concepts at that time, but after that, I was not able to continue my future, or like I was not able to continue the things in that field. But I wanted to be the company secretary or a chartered accountant.
Hmm.
So right now, as I'm pursuing my bachelor's in English honors, so is there any possibility to like
Yes.
should I switch or not?
See,
According to
again, whether you want to switch or not depends on what your likes are, what are your strong points. But if you decide to switch, yes, you can pursue either of the courses, either CA or company secretary or even both. You can do that even now if you want to.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, sir, for that, do you think like it's compulsory to have like these basically the information regarding or the concepts? You need to have a thorough concepts, because I've not been I had like accountancy in my 12th as well, but it wasn't in additional subjects. I didn't had in my main subjects. I'm not into those much concepts of accountancy. That's why I'm
See, in
asking.
the basic 6-month course and before IPCC, you get a lot of time to brush up on the concepts. And there are a few chapters in the initial period which also cover the concepts.
Okay.
So that is not a problem. You can brush up on your concepts and get them firmed up.
Okay.
Yeah, but see,
Okay.
while chartered accountancy deals mainly with accounts and taxation, company secretarial course deals with secretarial practice, corporate law, etc. So
Yeah.
these are two allied fields. So you will have to decide where you want to go in this.
Got your point, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
You're
One
welcome.
question for Monica ma'am as well. Like,
Yes, sure.
ma'am, what are the like as I already told like to sir as well, like I'm pursuing my English honors. I mean, right now I'm in my final year. So,
Yes.
what are the possibilities that I can look for in the future?
Good question. Yes, it's good to have a diverse, view of the career. So, English honors, yes. So we most of us tend to go for MA English MA English, and then pursue MPhil, and then take the route to professorship. That's one. Then we can also go for BEd, and then of course definitely go for MA English, so that you can apply for a PGT teacher. So you will be then eligible to teach up till the 12th standard. Those are some of the roles which people want to opt for. Then apart from that, you have the corporate sector, and you can go for mass communication, and then I don't know if there can be some options in journalism that you can look for. Apart from that, and that's a field that you want to explore, maybe. So it's about making a mark in new fields. It's like, otherwise everybody goes for BEd, everybody goes for professorship. If we want to create a way for ourselves, then we need to be a little adventurous. And then yes, we do have opportunities in the corporate sector. Most of these days, accessibility is the in field. So with English honors, if you want to make something of in terms of career, then we've discussed the options. And otherwise, of course, accessibility, with that, sky is the limit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, ma'am.
Can I add one point here?
Sure, sir.
please.
Sure.
Yeah. See, when you're deciding on what career to pursue, take a good thought about what you would like to do. What
Absolutely.
are your hobbies, your likes, your strong points, and pursue a field related to that.
Of course, sir. Yeah.
Okay. We'll move on to the next person. Rahul, I believe you're back with us. Go
Can
ahead.
you hear me, ma'am?
Yes, we can hear you.
Oh, okay. So my question is primarily to Monica ma'am as well as Samir sir. So the question is first to Monica ma'am. In IBM, specifically in IBM, NVDA is preferred or JAWS is preferred as per software? And should I ask Samir sir right now, or would you
Yes.
like to answer the question?
Go ahead
Let
and
me
ask.
answer this question then in that case. See,
Okay, fine.
most organizations these days prefer, they have JAWS as their preferred software, and NVDA is anyway a freeware, you know. So if I talk about, for example, IBM, JAWS, and most other companies also prefer JAWS.
Okay,
So
that's
most
because
companies, they like to procure, licenses for JAWS for their employees to make life
I
easy
see.
for them.
I see.
May I just add something to this?
Yes, of course.
Okay. So yeah, while that is true for the bigger corporations, it is also nowadays the trend that companies are, some companies do fear about using the open source softwares and procure the JAWS kind of softwares, but there are also companies who encourage, especially the product companies, who encourage people to use the open source softwares as long as it does the job done. And especially for the startups and the mid-level companies, they would prefer people to use the open source screen reader or assistive technology instead of investing in a large sum of in the software for the sake of very few people. And my message to all the candidates here is that we should adopt to any assistive technology that is available. We should not just say that, okay, if you can procure this particular software, I will join your company. That should not be the criteria in the first place. So that's one of the skill that we need to have is we should be able to adopt, unless of course some things like Tally and SAP may not really work with NVIDIA. So there are exceptions, but as much as possible, when it comes to Microsoft Word and Excel, you can also use NVIDIA, and even Microsoft Word can be used with Narrator as well, right? So it depends on what kind of job that you are taking up and what is required. Okay, if you are only just dealing with the internet browser, more often your work can be done with some open source screen reader as well. So it depends on based on your job requirement and kind of company that you are working for. And you cannot just assume that getting a JAWS licensed software which is expensive is your right to get it. Okay, reasonable accommodation can be done in any form. When the open source and free alternative is available and does the same job, there is no point that one should invest on a commercial screen reader.
Okay, thank you so much, sir and ma'am. My question to Samir sir is, hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can.
Okay, sir, I'm a person who's very interested in finance. I'm trying to pursue my CFA, but then there's a thought that like most of the people I spoke to, they're like in finance field, there are lots of problems regarding accessibility, in terms of software, in terms of running about, because I want to do my job, my career in stocks, share market.
Mm-hmm.
So what kind of challenges I might face and how to overcome them? If you can just briefly tell about those things.
See, if you want to make your career in the share market as a, what do you want to be? You want to be a share broker or you want to be an analyst?
Analyst, sir.
Okay, an analyst job many people are doing. Even today, there are many blind people working as analysts, and it is very much possible. In fact, I don't know whether you have heard of Mr. Ajay Manocha, because he's a blind person. He's also done his CFA very recently. In fact, I think he's the first blind person in India to get the CFA charter, and he's working as an analyst in a reputed investment bank. So it is very much possible. Again, it requires a lot of hard work. It requires dedication, but yes, it is possible.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank
George,
you,
I'm very
thank you,
sorry. I'll
everyone.
have to leave. There's a meeting that I have to be a part of.
Am I audible now?
Yes.
Yeah. So thank you very much, Monica, for joining us and taking out this precious time in between two meetings. And
you so
we
much for
appreciate
being
that
here.
and wish you all the best. And thank you so much.
Hey, Monica,
Thank
one
you.
quick question. One quick
Yes,
question
please.
before you leave. How do you listen to this variety of silence when you're actually conducting your training online?
You see, the background, the background plays a very important role. What has happened before that silence, immediately before that silence? I'm sure I've answered your question.
Enjoy. Yeah, okay. Thanks for joining. Yeah.
Thank you. Bye, everybody.
Thank
If there's
you,
a
Monica.
question for me, then maybe I can quickly take it for a
There
minute.
is actually, if I can quickly ask
Yeah, sure.
Gaurav, can you can ask a question?
Yeah, my question is for Srinivas sir actually.
Yeah.
Okay, then can I excuse myself in that case?
1 second, Monica, I'm just quickly scrolling up. I saw a question for you. Just 1 second, Gaurav, I'll come to you.
Okay.
Just 1 second, Monica, give me a second.
Okay, I want to
I
ask
got it.
Monica
Shall I
ma'am.
read it?
Hello.
Yeah, please.
Hello.
Yes,
Go ahead.
who?
Yeah, my name is Shayantan speaking from Calcutta. I want to ask Monica ma'am.
Yes, please.
Yeah. The thing is that I'm a school teacher and and I want to be a trainer. I got your point every time. And my question is,
Yeah, can you mute your screen reader, please?
okay, just a minute. Yeah. It's fine now?
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
please.
Sorry, yeah. The thing is that I ask you to how to I am a teacher now and I want to be a trainer. So how to change myself, and I add on to that on this position, which institute I want to join when I can, how to apply on any qualification or requirement, any special degree or requirement within a person with visual disability or not. Thank you.
Okay. Yes. For, if I talk about myself, I am a graduate in political science honors, and then I happened to fall on this opportunity and I, joined as a trainer. So a trainer basically needs a skill set in terms of communication such that, when I speak, nobody should be able to figure out that I am from Assam or I am from, Tamil Nadu, or I am from some part of the country. The way I speak, it should not reflect in my conversation that I have a pattern which is prevalent in a particular part of the country. So I need to work on my pronunciation. I need to work on removing those sort of, the blocks, barriers, basically. So, for example, if I talk like this, anybody will be able to understand that I am not from Delhi.
Yes.
Right? So if I talk like this, anybody would be able to understand I'm somewhere from the down south. I'm not from here.
Yeah.
Right? So when somebody listens to me, that person shouldn't get that first impression of me being from any particular state from the country. So I need to work on that pattern of pronunciation. I can join IELTS. If I have that aspiration, I can join IELTS. IELTS keeps coming up with these courses. You can look for them online. Where is the next batch starting, and then you can begin your journey from there. And the rest depends on the opportunity.
Share your email ID, please, on chat box.
It is minimonicas@gmail.com.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so I will have to leave on that note. I have to rush now. George and everybody, thank you so much.
Thank you, Monica.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye, Shruti. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Thank you for answering my query.
Thank you for asking the query.
We'll go to Gaurav now. Gaurav, you can ask a question.
Yeah, good evening, Srinivas sir.
Yeah.
Yes, good evening.
Sir, actually we can learn. Am I audible?
Yes,
Yeah,
you are. Yes,
sir,
you are.
we can learn accessibility from anywhere, but we can't learn issues, how to write issue and report. So can you tell me something about that, sir?
So, see, the thing is that is the reason I emphasized about you need to improve the writing and communication skills. both writing and
Yeah.
speaking, and that way automatically your way of writing in description, issue description should talk about the problem statement, and you should also write about the rationale, why is it a problem, okay, in technical
Yes,
terms,
yes.
and you should write a potential recommendation, right? So the very good way of writing reports will come through the experience, but initially you should have the focus on what when you are working. Okay, you cannot do testing with your assistive technology in one hand and watching your WhatsApp on your phone. Okay, you cannot really do
Yes, sir.
multiple different kind of things different times. So focus is important, and you should really have a command over the language that you are going to write, and the use of your product. You should also know thorough about understanding about your product, whether it's a web application or whatever the accessibility testing you're doing. You should have a thorough knowledge about that product as well, in and out. So that knowledge is essential. That way you
Yeah,
can
yes,
improve
sir.
but it's not something somebody will actually teach you like a spoon feeding thing. In fact, I would not recommend spoon feeding thing even for teaching somebody basic computer skills. Okay, it's all concepts what we need to learn, and we need to practice very thoroughly, and that is quite important for anything.
Yeah, okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, next we can take up a question from Kannan. Kannan, please unmute yourself.
So, hello, this is
Yes.
Kannan from Chennai.
Hi.
My question is to Mr. Samir. So, actually, sir, different companies follow different accounting software. So, as a visually impaired auditor, how do you manage their accounts in your review? Because like government companies, our company is following one system. Banks also following another system. So different accounting softwares are used by different companies. How would you manage to access all these things?
See, that comes with experience, because the main widely used ones in the corporate sector are Tally and SAP. SAP are used mainly by the large companies, Tally by the small and mid-sized companies. Again, regarding banks, most of their software is accessible to a certain extent. So again, you just have to look at the software and try to learn what you can from it. And by practicing on that software, going through the various options, then you get an idea of what you want.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Basically, there are no ready-made solutions. You have to kind of keep working things out. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay, Gaurav Dhumal, you also have a question, please.
Yes, ma'am. I have a question. My question is in general to the IWA team. Right, ma'am. This is my kind of first interaction with an organization helping visually impaired persons. I myself am a visually impaired person suffering from macular dystrophy, causing partial vision. Right, ma'am. I have completed my bachelor's degree in civil engineering in 2018 with first class in distinction. My question is to how to approach the private sectors for job, ma'am. Because in government sectors for technical people, the visual impairment is not been considered as reservation. That's not a consideration in government jobs. But my personal experience is like even after clearing the interviews for big giant firms in construction industry, I was not able to clear the medicals, as they call it, as the pink slip of the employee. Right, and I am not being able to secure a decent connection between the right talent acquisition personnel. So I need some guidance regarding the same.
Can we take this question offline? Maybe we can, if you can leave your telephone number with us, we will call you back either tomorrow or on Monday, Tuesday, and we can have a chat.
Sure, Josh, sir. Sure. I'll leave my contact number in the chat box, sir.
All right. And what's your name again, Gaurav?
My name is Gaurav Dhumal, sir. I am from Pune.
You're from Pune. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Gaurav.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, I don't see any more questions.
Yeah, while we wait for somebody to ask a question, Gaurav, while IWA team will work with you, I would also recommend reach out to some construction companies, maybe the mid-sized companies or something. Somebody like at the top level, like managing director or somebody, for a coffee break kind of thing and kind of things. And you should actually exhibit how you can actually handle jobs in a construction company. So maybe it's a unique situation, and I'm sure civil engineering will require some kind of drawings and that kind of things. That
Yes,
is
ma'am.
where
Ma'am,
the
civil
talent
engineering,
acquisition.
I'd like to talk, ma'am. Civil engineering is a broad concept. Even if we
I
talk
know,
about,
yes, yeah.
Even if the being this visually impaired, ma'am, I don't think there would be any issues like in performance or workability issues.
Right,
Like
very true.
we
That's
all
what
know.
people don't understand.
Yeah, I don't have.
But we need to educate them. It's not their fault
Yeah,
either.
yeah,
It is not their fault either. It is just that in that industry, there is not much awareness is created.
Because for past 2.5 years after my graduation, I've not been able to secure a decent job, and I've been switching from local contractors from one side to another side, from one side to another side. And when we talk about the directors of big construction company, I'm literally not being able to secure a decent connection or establish a connection between the HR personnel or a talent acquisition person.
All right, I'm sure something good will happen.
Are you looking for an opening in Pune, or you are open anywhere?
I'm opening. So I'm looking for a global opportunity. That's
Okay.
not an issue. Location is not an issue, sir. I can work my way out anywhere.
Yeah. So we will.
I just need an opportunity.
Yeah. So we will speak at length. Early next week.
Sure, sir. Sir, I suppose I have dropped my number in the chat box. Is this visible for you, sir?
Yeah. I noted it down, Gaurav. Thanks.
Thank you, Shruti ma'am. Thank you very much.
Thanks. We'll go to the next question from Amit. Amit, can you unmute yourself, please?
या थैंक यू मैडम।
Yeah.
समीर जी, आप से सवाल है कि यदि हम टैली सीखते हैं तो सीखने के बाद पहले तो जॉब्स में मैं मिडिल में हूँ, आई एम नॉट अ परफेक्ट स्क्रीन रीडिंग में, तो मुझे टैली में क्या सीख सकता हूँ और सीखने के बाद मुझे क्या जॉब अपॉर्चुनिटीज इसमें है, प्लीज गाइड कीजिए।
सी टैली आप सीख सकते हैं, टैली सीखने में प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, बट सिर्फ क्या है कि जॉब्स इस साथ 100% एक्सेसिबल नहीं है, आपको थोड़ा बहुत वर्क अराउंड करना पड़ेगा, कुछ स्टेप्स मेमोराइज करके करना पड़ेगा। एंड टैली आजकल बहुत सारे कंपनीज में यूज होता है, सो पीपल आर मोर देन विलिंग टू एम्प्लॉय पीपल हु कैन डू टैली वर्क। तो जॉब भी मिल सकता है, उसमें प्रॉब्लम नहीं है।
और वर्क फ्रॉम होम के लिए कुछ अपॉर्चुनिटीज है सर?
वर्क फ्रॉम होम में आई एम नॉट एग्जैक्टली श्योर कि टैली के लिए वर्क फ्रॉम होम से कितने हैं।
नहीं, जो सोसाइटी के जो सॉफ्टवेयर रहते हैं, कोऑपरेटिव सोसाइटी के जो बिलिंग के जो सॉफ्टवेयर रहते हैं, उस एंगल से मैं आपको पूछ रहा हूँ कि क्या उसको ये सपोर्ट करते हैं टैली वगैरह?
हाँ, कोऑपरेटिव सोसाइटीज के कुछ सॉफ्टवेयर्स को सपोर्ट करते हैं, बट जैसे अकाउंटिंग में देयर आर मल्टीपल सॉफ्टवेयर्स, वैसे कोऑपरेटिव सोसाइटीज भी 4-5 तरह के सॉफ्टवेयर्स यूज करते हैं बिलिंग के लिए। अभी उसमें से कौन सा स्पेसिफिक सॉफ्टवेयर है वो टैली के साथ कंपैटिबल है या नहीं, वो देखना पड़ेगा।
ओके सर, ओके, थैंक यू सर जी।
यस, बट जनरली दे आर कंपैटिबल।
Thank you, Amit. Viral, I think you have another question. You can unmute yourself.
हेलो।
Yeah.
मेरा क्वेश्चन समीर सर से। हेलो।
हाँ, बोलिए।
समीर सर, can I get your mobile number, sir?
एक काम करता हूँ, I'll pass on my mobile number to George, or can I give it out right now, George? It's okay.
Maybe we'll pass it on. If it is okay with you, we'll pass it on. Or should we pass on your email ID? What is?
Both. You can pass on both. Not a problem.
ओके। और समीर सर, आपका ये ऑफिस किधर है मुंबई में? मैं सांता क्रूज में रहता हूँ।
See, I work for Reliance Industries at Reliance IT Park, Navi Mumbai, and I stay in Mulund.
Okay, you stay in Mulund. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, sir.
So perhaps if you want, एक बार ये pandemic के बाद normalization होने के बाद we could even meet up.
Okay, okay. Thank you. I will call you up, sir.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, thank you, sir.
Okay, I believe we've reached the end of the questions.
So I think we will kind of close the session. Thank you very much, Srinivasu, Chakravarthala, and Samir Lathe for, and of course, Monica Sharma in absence here. We'd like to thank all of you for giving your time, and also like to thank all the people who signed up and logged in for the session, both on Zoom and on Facebook. And I hope the session was useful for you. And we do hope to bring in professionals again, as I said, in the last week of November. And till then, thank you very much. And next week we have a session where we're going to be talking about apps that are. It'll be a kind of presentation and demonstration of apps, mobile applications that are used for reading. So scanning and reading. So that will be the subject of next week's iWay Encounters. So we will be sending out the invites tomorrow, and we look forward to participation. Thank you very much.
Thank you, George, and have a team.
Thank you.
So good evening and all the best to all of you.
Likewise.